Well, the Taliban could be in full control of Afghanistan by Christmas as their surge towards the capital Kabul gathers pace. Now, Taliban insurgents control 12 of the country's 34 regional capitals as the United States and the United Kingdom urgently deployed troops to secure the evacuation of the diplomatic staff. For his analysis, I'm joined now by Canberra by the Director of Defence, Strategy and National Security at the Australian Strategic Policy Institute, Michael Shoebridge. Michael, thank you for your time. This is a huge issue. A lot of Australian lives lost in Afghanistan, a lot of treasure spent there as well. Was it a mistake for Joe Biden to follow through with Donald Trump's withdrawal in the way he did from Afghanistan?
Well, Peter, it is a huge issue. I think still in the bigger strategic picture, it was right to end the 20 years of very changeable missions in Afghanistan. You're confused between counter-terrorism, counterinsurgency and nation building, and to really shift focus onto the systemic challenge of China. That's the right move in the big strategic picture, but frankly, no one wants to see a human tragedy in Afghanistan with the brutal Taliban regime seizing power in Afghanistan. I think there is a path here, but it's going to take a different decision out of Washington at this point and use the Trump-Biden withdrawal to reset the agenda.
All right, so how important is it to stop the Taliban from seizing Kabul?
Well, very important. Right now, all the momentum is with the Taliban. And that's because we have taken the momentum out of the Afghan national security forces and out of the Afghan government with the complete withdrawal. I think there are some real lessons in history about what could be sustainable from here, but it's going to take some urgent decisions. And what's sustainable from here is what the Soviets were doing for years after they left. They provided strong military and logistics support to the government in Afghanistan, and it lasted for years. It only fell to the American-backed Mujahideen when the Soviets withdrew that support. So I think a rebuilt, very narrow mission of close air support to the Afghan security forces centred on Bagram near Kabul still leaves 4.6 million Afghans in Afghan government control.
So why wasn't all of this thought through? I mean, you know how many big brains sit around the tables at the Pentagon, you know, the relationship with Australia and other allies. When there was the decision to name the date, I thought it was crazy. But then also I thought maybe there was some secret plan about a clever withdrawal. Well, that's been blown up in the last few weeks, quite literally. How do we get to this position?
I think it was a triumph of hope over a method, really. There was a view that counter-terrorism could be done from outside Afghanistan. And I think a real mistake about psychology and momentum in conflict. The Afghan National Security Forces are a pretty professional, capable bunch, but they don't have close air support in any credible way. And that's been the key to their fighting success over years. So pulling that plank out so fast, I think it was a mistaken calculation about how strong the security forces would be without it.
Yeah, I think it's a complete and utter embarrassment of defence policy and strategic analysis in the United States. I think it is that bad because, you know, Blind Freddie could have said that these things could be foreseen. What happens next?
Well, I think left to itself, without any change, we've got a rapid evacuation of all foreign nationals out of Kabul and anywhere else in Afghanistan where they can get on a plane. We've got a surge of coalition troops back in to secure a rapid evacuation. But all that's going to do is undercut the strength of the Afghan government and security forces even more than now. So if we want to accelerate the collapse of the Afghan government, this is the best way to do it. What reverses that is a clear statement of support to the government in Kabul and a reinsertion of air support into Bagram to say we're here for one limited mission only, and that's to not have Kabul fall to the Taliban. And that can help to reverse this nasty momentum we see right now.
Yeah, it's a nasty mess. Biden and Trump both wear it. Thank you, Michael Shoebridge. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Peta.